guys, welcome to the next episode of my Halo concept art analysis series, with this video being focused on the Warthog. Just how much this iconic vehicle changed from its concept art phase versus what we actually saw in Halo Combat Evolved. That's what this whole video is about. But just in case you guys are new here, I make new Halo videos every single week, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos. But guys, let's look at some concept art. So diving into our first piece of concept art with this version of the Warthog, and if you've been watching this series for very long, you probably know that we have some concept art that looks absolutely nothing like the final version of what we see in Halo Combat Evolved, and the Warthog really doesn't look that bad right from the start. This is probably the most un-Warthog piece of concept art I have, but the first thing my eyes zero in on is how the wheels look like they're on like extensions. Like they're like the suspension makes it look like it'd be like really bouncy when you drive it around, which the Warthog does have some pretty, like, you know, movable suspension even in Halo Combat Evolved. So maybe that's where some of that kind of came from. I have no idea, but really what I look at when I see this is that the cab is covered. Like there's a roof on this thing, so when you get inside, you can't get like hit or shot from above or anything like that, which is completely unlike the Warthog that we see in Halo Combat Evolved. But it's really kind of interesting because when you look at it, you see that the general shape, this blocky look, like it has like that Jeep look, is kind of here, especially with the hood. The hood doesn't look very long, but it's got that under-mounted piece of, like, I don't know very much about vehicle lingo, but you know what I mean? The front of it looks like it's got some Warthog inspiration, but really just about everything else is wrong. Let's move on to the next piece of concept art. So moving on to our next piece of concept art with this guy, and I wasn't really sure whether to show you guys this one next or the one I'm just about to show you here in a second, but I feel like this is the next evolutionary step of the concept art that I just showed you before, and obviously the first thing you'll notice is that this guy is actually shaded. It looks really good, but the things I liked about the previous concept art are even better here. For example, I always said that the hood of the previous concept art looked really kind of like a Warthog, and this even looks more so. The hood is extended, making it look even more like a Warthog, and how the previous one had those, like, the wheels were on extensions. The extensions are actually covered in armor plating here, and it looks awesome. It actually kind of looks like a Halo vehicle that you would see somewhere within the Halo universe, but it doesn't really necessarily look quite like a Warthog, but it looks awesome. Even the front grille where it's got where the tusks would be in the Warthog, you know, the toe case, whatever the hell they're called, but it looks better here. It looks more like a Warthog here than it did previously, and even the back looks like maybe, just maybe, people were able to get in the back, kind of like you see in the Scout Warthog of Halo 3. I don't know. Obviously, it's still the covered cab, so it's not quite right, but we're getting closer. Let's move on to the next Warthog. So here we are, guys, at the final piece of Warthog concept art, and I have this guy. And though this is kind of a step backwards as far as it's not as well shaded, I feel like obviously this looks more like a Warthog than what we saw before. I feel like there's things here that are more like a Warthog than really even the shaded version that we just saw. For example, the way you actually have the hook tow cable thing in the front, the tusk, so to speak, it's actually here. There's not two, but there's one, and even that bar that comes up around the front, that looks like a Warthog. The body of this thing looks like a Warthog. Everything about this is more of a Warthog than what we've seen so far. And obviously the first thing you're going to see is that this guy's got a gun. The Warthog has a gun or a turret, and this one has one. Though the thing that you'll notice is that it looks like this turret is actually going to be operated by somebody who's actually in the driver's seat, or maybe the back seat. I don't know, but what's crazy thing is, like, if this is a turret that's actually going to be operable from the driver's seat, maybe the Warthog was supposed to be originally kind of like the Scorpion tank, where you could be driving it and shooting the gun at the same time. How different would that be? Obviously, I like the way we have the Warthog now because it encourages co-op play. Having a buddy in the back seat is always better than having all the, you know, the hats on one person. I don't want to be driving and shooting. I would much rather have my buddy in the back shooting while I'm driving, or vice versa. But still, this looks really cool. And like I said before, this actually looks like a vehicle that would exist in the Halo universe. And this is definitely the closest that we've gotten to a Warthog so far. And I believe this has got to be getting pretty close to the final build of what we actually see in Halo Combat Evolved. But what I really like about all these pieces of concept art is that they feel like an evolution of each other. Like maybe that in some alternate universe, this is what the Warthog looks like, and that maybe it came in different variants. I don't know, but guys, we've reached the point in the video where I show you guys the final Warthog as it appears in Halo Combat Evolved, and here it is in all of its glory. This vehicle is iconic. I can't tell you how many awesome memories I made in this vehicle with my friends, with my brothers. It's an amazing vehicle. This vehicle is iconic as Master Chief and as the assault rifle itself. It's incredible. I love this thing. It's my favorite vehicle in all of Halo. But guys, what do you think? Do you think these concept arts were better than what we actually see in Halo Combat Evolved? I personally don't think so, but I still think they're really cool. cool. Maybe even gonna be used in later Halo games. I have no idea. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But guys, that's all I have for this video. If you found yourself liking this video, be sure to drop a like on it because it helps the video reach more Halo fans, which is always a great thing, and it means a whole lot to me, guys. But guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.